And on behalf of all of us, we're really thrilled and honored to be here. This is a terrific occasion, and United Fresh has done a fabulous job with all the different meals. I noticed also that each of the different centerpieces are filled with produce, which is kind of really cool little things that we've done. But this means a lot. It's really an honor for the family. I know my dad is truly thrilled. Truly means a lot to him. Now, in terms of, I've never actually worked in the produce industry except for a couple summers, which I'm happy to share with people by the bar. But so many of you may have a better perspective on his career. It's obviously been wonderful, filled with accolades and great achievements. But what I can tell you is, having watched it from the cheap seats for 39 years, he loves this industry. He really does. He's brought a terrific amount of energy and passion in the industry. I think he's given a lot and he's received a lot from all of you. And I think it's infectious. It certainly was in our home. He'd come home filled with excitement and energy, wanting to tell us about some new regulation, citrus coming in from some other part of the globe that he was so excited about. Most of the time we had no idea what he was talking about. But it actually was inspiring to us. I know he's been an inspiration to a number of you. Several people came up to me and said that he's been a mentor to. He's certainly inspired my brother and I, who both have careers in business, mainly because of that energy that he sort of instilled in us. So, I'll hand it off to my brother Randolph, but Dad, congratulations.
I'm Randolph McEvoy, and just to say a couple of remarks. I also need to thank United and Still Sweet team for this award and for such a great evening. It really does mean a lot to us. I think my dad's career, there's two things that I think have been really a part of his career that is so special. One is travel, and one is great people. My brother and I benefited from the travel part when he lived both coasts of the United States in Florida, California, but also living in London as well. And that's been a big part of our lives. And I think our father's always loved international travel. It's been a passion part of his business life, and that's definitely been something that we take with us as well. I think the other thing, and more importantly, is the people in the industry. We've been telling our dad to retire for the last 10 years. And I know every time he's seen the state, he has a trip to South Africa or South America. I've never seen to believe it. And he loves staying in the industry. I think he wants to stay connected to people. And many of them are in this room. He really respects his colleagues and enjoys his colleagues. And he just likes to stay kind of in the flow of things. And I know a lot of his great friends are here tonight. And it's really special that all of you were here for this event. So again, thank you, and Dad, congratulations. And now I'll turn it over to my old Jerry.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here. I might preface my remarks by saying if you've had 3 or more cocktails, you may enjoy my comments more. Let me start off by giving you some background on our honorees family. The McEvoy clan, there was 5 of us, 4 boys and 1 Down syndrome girl. The oldest was my brother Bruce, and the youngest was Craig, who's sitting there, who was the baby of the family. And to tell it very bluntly, we were wild. My mother was a 5'2" 98-pound Irish lass. My father was a senior sales executive who traveled extensively. My mother's threat to her children was, if you don't behave, wait till your dad comes home and you're in real trouble. Meanwhile, she was deftly wielding a wooden hanger to keep us all awake. By the end of the week, we kept saying, when is Dad going to be home? And I bring this story up because I think Bruce got his toughness from his mother. When I was growing up, I referred to Bruce as my big brother. Well, that isn't literally true. Bruce is vertically challenged. He's 137 pounds. He's really not my big brother. When he was a junior in high school, he broke his nose in football his junior year. And The helmets were not so great back in those days. Now, I'm not saying it was a leather helmet. It's old, but it's not quite that old. But as you saw on the pictures earlier, they had the one protruding bar, which gave little or no help for the nose. But be that as it may, a lot of people's, the conversation was that Bruce wasn't a first-string player. He was only 135 pounds. Maybe football shouldn't be his sport. But Bruce took this as a challenge. And his way of challenge is to face the challenge, create a plan, and execute that plan. And I was a witness to how he did that. Sprinting day in and day out to get his speed up, building himself up with weights, conditioning himself, and taking dance or agility lessons. So his senior year, he averaged over 10 yards per carry, which was a record in the suburban Chicago Catholic League, which still holds. In every game, he had a run of at least 40 yards. And I'd be at the game and say, look who's running, it's my big brother. Bruce faced challenges the same way throughout the rest of his life. When he first came and decided on a career in the food industry, he saw right away that it was a global industry, and a plan needed to be involved globally. So he reversed his corporate career at that time with General Foods and got himself to be an agricultural attaché, where he went on to get the international experience that was so eventful and meaningful to him when he was at Sunkist and Steel Sweet and DuPont. A few years ago, Bruce faced one of his greatest challenges. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The family was totally devastated. Everybody was upset. Bruce did not complain. Bruce did not have excuses. He formulated a plan. What do we do from here? And his plan was to strive to prove himself, to fight the disease. And he trained and trained. He used elocution exercises, boxing, dancing, everything you can imagine that was recommended to heal. And he's done a remarkable job. But he not only concerned himself with the disease in himself, he concerned in destroying the disease itself. And he joined, and he's chairman of the local foundation for Parkinson's. He's on the national fundraising committees. He's on working with the research companies. He's working with the pharmaceutical companies to try to solve the problem of Parkinson's disease. I'd just like to end by saying I'm very proud that you're proud of my big brother.